And John Selway has been spinning now for a little while. And he's going to continue spinning all the way till 3 a.m., till the wee hour of 3 a.m. So everyone enjoy his set. And so let's talk to Heather a little bit. So what's up?
What's up? I had a lot of fun tonight.
Cool. So Heather, how long have you been spinning now?
About 6 years.
Wow. And here in New York, you started here in New York?
Yeah, I started in New York.
Are you from New York?
I'm from Brooklyn.
Hi.
And yeah, I'm DJing all over the place. It's great.
Cool. Excellent. Any places or any parties you'll be spinning at that people could catch you at?
Well, there's a Sonic Groove party in Chicago on November 22nd.
Do you guys have a store there? Or is that...
No, only in New York.
Okay.
Only in New York.
Cool. So you're spinning, when is it?
Well, it's a Sonic Groove party, and it's kind of special. It's me, Adam, and Frankie in Chicago on November 22nd.
Aight. And by the way, everyone, Frankie Bones on Freak, November 6th. So I think that's the farthest I've ever booked anyone in advance. But yeah, Frankie Bones, November 6th. So Heather, who has sort of influenced you? You want to tell us a little bit about how you've kind of evolved your style and
so much has influenced me, all styles of music, funk, disco, house, techno. I spin techno, hard and soft, and a lot of things have given me inspiration, but I try to do my own thing when I'm making music or spinning. So. And
you want to talk a little bit about Communique and Magnetic North and your affiliation with those labels?
Well, Magnetic North is no longer in business, but my first release came out on that label, and that's Dave Clark's label out of England, now defunct. And I also had some stuff come out on Communique, which is ESP's label out of the Midwest, and that's also another very good label. And my recent stuff is on our label, Sonic Groove, and that's a compilation LP to find the Sonic Groove.
Cool. What other artists are on Communique?
On Communique?
Yeah.
So many. Like, everybody's on Communique.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. So, and how do you sort of feel about the community within New York specifically, and how that sort of compares to the rest of the world? Do you feel that there's a severe difference between, like, just the general vibe in New York and elsewhere?
Well, of course, the scene is different everywhere. I think the scene here is pretty lacking right now, but within the music community, there's a strong bond, and a lot of people are working together, and there's a lot of really good music coming out in New York, and we're selling a lot of records at Sonic Groove, a lot of really good records, but I think a lot of the people that buy records aren't going out so much, and I think the people that go out are going out for other reasons, and that's really too bad, because it makes the scene lack, and it's unfortunate. Yeah, but the scene's different everywhere.
I always sort of felt that there's just a general New York vibe that creeps into any party that takes place here. Like the first, I went to El Amor in Philly, completely like just a whole other world. Like, I don't know, Empire Strikes Back, Connecticut, totally different thing, whole other world.
Well, New York is New York.
And what do you think about specifically, I don't know how much you have to say on this topic, but I also kind of noticed that in terms of dancing, there seems to be more of circles, and that, I think, in a way impedes everyone kind of like doing their thing, and there's more of like battling. And how do you feel about that? Do you think it's
I don't like that at all, and it ruins the vibe at the parties. A lot of times, a lot of people will just sit down on the dance floor, and this is going on in New York and outside of New York, and it's a real shame.
It's happening in a lot of places.
Yeah,
it's complaining all over the place.
And like I said, I mean, all the people that come to my store and buy records and that are really into the music do not go out to these parties. You know what I mean? Every time I go out, there's new faces, and unfortunately, there's not a lot happening for the people that are really into the music.
Right, well, maybe we could do something for them here. I don't know. Attempting to.
I saw the whole Brooklyn crew out at Carl Cox a couple weeks ago. What did you think of that?
That was
pretty.
Fun.
That wasn't like being in New York.
It was way too crowded, though.
Yeah, but it didn't feel like a New York crowd that night. for a change.
It was a lot older than most of the raves that you go to, but it's unfortunate because a couple of years ago we had the best scene in the world, and unfortunately the warehouse scene has disappeared, and that's where a lot of the original vibe was coming from, Brooklyn. You know, it's just...
What's up with the Brooklyn scene now? What are the parties like out there?
Well, I'd say it's more of just the New York scene in general now, because we've moved out of Brooklyn. We're not
doing parties.
The storm raves aren't happening anymore. It's all legends. Sorry if you weren't there, but...
Speaking of which, last party I saw you spin at was Beautiful, which was like, I think
that
in
was
like
a while ago.
That was, yeah, totally, but I haven't really been going out all that much.
I think that was the last warehouse party too.
That party, specifically Derek May's set, people were crying. People had their arms up in the air as if it were like a religious experience. That was by far the most intense experience that I've encountered. And you were really dressed up that night. You looked kind of like, I think Annalie was like, look at her, she's so cute, she looks like a librarian. Like you had heels on and like a skirt and you had like pearls around your neck or something. What was up with that? Where were you coming from?
You asked me to wear that tonight, but I had to work all day, so... No, I had gone out for something, I don't remember.
Right, yeah. Right on. So yeah, Sliming set there too, of course.
Thank you.
So, yeah, I'm so glad that you came down, and I'd like to have you on soon again.
Call me whenever you're ready.
Cool. It's really great. I mean, we're so fortunate to be in New York. There's so much talent that's just here. And then everybody else, like if anyone's going anywhere, this is like a sure stop. So, you know, we've gotten some awesome people that way too. Oliver Bonzio, so on and so forth.
Good luck.
Yeah, totally. Thanks. So, any shout-outs that you want to give to anyone, or?
Just to all the people that keep it real, and just remember that it's only about the music, and that's all that matters.
I have another question. I mean, it would be kind of silly for me not to address it. You're one of the few female DJs, and do you resent the question? Do you resent the very question? Or
I kind of resent the question because I like to be thought of as another good DJ,
right on,
not as a female
but
DJ.
What do you think of the fact that there aren't that many female DJs?
I really can't answer that question. I've thought of this many times, and also in the shop, there's a much smaller percentage of women buying music. I don't know why. I can't answer that question.
Cool. No, that's cool. Well,
but you can do it.
Right on. So, Heather, thank you so much. And I'm sure we'll have you on again. And Chris, do you have any other questions that you have for anything else you want to squeeze out of her before we wrap it up?
Yeah, we should talk about Under One Sky, because if anyone that remembers it, it was pretty seminal zine, and maybe you could tell people about that. It was probably the first techno zine to start in America.
Yeah, and I think there's probably a space there for it. It's missing, and I think the scene needs it, and I think that was a strong boost for the scene, but it's so much work and it's so much bigger than me, and it grew way bigger than me, and I really couldn't handle it, opening up the shop and DJing and doing everything that I'm doing, but hoping to start it back up again on a small level at first and see what happens with it, because I miss it. Thank you.
Hey, someone chatting has a question for you with regard to about Under One Sky. Was that a zine or?
Yeah, we were just.
Oh, I'm sorry.
As
she was telling me, I'm sorry. I was just getting the info and
yeah,
missed it.
I haven't done an issue for a couple of years now, but we.
But you're on the web. You have. Is there?
Sonic Groove is on the web, www.sonicgroove.com, and there's a space on there for Under One Sky, but it's empty as of yet, and when we start it back up, we'll hook it up with a lot of interviews and charts and stuff.
Yeah, we need it.
Cool. So Heather, thank you again for your dope set, and we'll have you on, and yeah, I'm psyched. I mean, you're right here, so it's awesome. And Chris, thank you for helping out, and everyone that's like here and listening and chilling. What up?